Thank you so much for joining me today, Ilaria and Emily from Baja Wing in La Ventana. I'm super stoked to catch up with you, and I'm bummed that it's over a Zoom call because I'd much rather be on the beach with you guys. Hopefully, we can do another episode in the future. So, welcome and thank you so much for your time to talk about winging today. It's something I'm personally really excited about, and I think a lot of our listeners would be super stoked to learn about the sport or dive into more detail if they've been curious about how you two started to launch Baja Wing. And then I'll kind of dig into how you got into wind sports personally.
Okay. So we were working in the community for about 5 years prior to opening up our own school. I was managing schools. She came here through a school from Italy, and
Yeah.
we've been working in the community.
I actually came to La Ventana because I wanted to work in La Ventana and she hired me.
At the school that I was at
Yeah.
previously. So we've worked together actually since we've known each other, and we just decided that it was time for us to do our own thing. And there's no school dedicated to just winging here. And it's such a growing popular sport that we wanted to create that in the community. And I do the customers on land and she does it in the water. So it's just kind of a great team to pair up and
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot goes into it too. There's so much advanced communication and planning with the customers and people that are looking to take lessons and meeting them, what their expectations are. And then there's actually the coaching side, which is so much physical work and mental effort. So it's nice to have that back
Oh,
of
yeah.
house, front of house.
I couldn't do
Exactly.
whatever I do without her, for sure.
And I don't teach, so it's a good partnership.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And how long have you guys been visiting La Ventana for?
Ooh, I've been visiting La Ventana for about 8 years. I've been living here almost full time for 5.
For me, 4 years. 4 years, almost 5.
Cool. And I'm super curious to see, how did you get into winging, Ilaria and Emily, if you wing still?
I was working in Italy, in my hometown, and I was already a windsurf instructor and a kitesurf instructor. And actually, it was like 6 years ago, I think. And me and my bosses in Investor, we saw windfoil on Instagram. We were like, we want to do it. So as soon as it came out, we just jumped into it and we learned everything about it. I was a windsurf foiler and a kite foiler. So for me, it was not a big deal because the wing is really close to windsurf and the foil, I already knew about the foil. So for me, it was great. I just loved it from the start. And I never I'm just wing flying now. No kite surf, no windsurf, just wing flying. I love it.
And for me, I just started to wing in the last year since we opened up our school. I'm a kiter, or I was a kiter for 5 years. So now I'm just mainly focusing on winging. So yeah, it's new still kind of to me, but I'm really enjoying I'm really enjoying it.
Amazing. So what made you make the transition to full on wing, like you mentioned? What is it about wing foiling that you love? And how is that different from windsurfing and kite surfing in your personal opinion?
So for me, the fact that in wing, you're just free. There's you are not attached to something, like kitesurf or windsurf, you have to have a harness. I mean, you also can have a harness in wingboarding, but you also can go without. Just the fact that I am free and I can just, grab the wing and put it away when I want to surf a wave. It's just so nice for me to be more free and to not be attached to it. That the thing that I like is that I am free and I can move more respect to windsurf and kite. It's just you can surf the wave without the wing, but then use the wing to come back on the wave. I just like that a lot.
Cool. Are you finding the same thing, Emily, in your transition?
I'm not as advanced obviously as her, but I'm really liking the fact that it's more free. Yeah. I'm not as intimidated by the sport. Like when I first got into kiting, it's a little intimidating for sure with the lines. So for me, I like a new challenge also. I'm kind of at a plateau with kiting. So for me to learn winging, it's different. It's fun. It's challenging, but in a good way,
Yeah.
Got it. That's awesome. And I mean, there's so much to the gear that I want to talk about that in a moment too.
Yeah.
I'm curious, lastly, just last couple of things around kite surfing versus wing foiling, because I think that's probably, as a beginner, the question being in La Ventana and online through all the forums that I found is, how do you decide what you want to get into? So what are a couple of key things that maybe when people reach out to you, that you help people navigate through that decision making if they're not ready to do both?
I think the biggest difference between the two is the safety. I feel like a lot of people are more interested in getting into winging because of the safety factor. It's less intimidating. Also, you don't have the lines attached. Like we said, it's like you need a depower, you let go of the wing. You need a depower on the kite, you go on the beach, land your kite, like if you are in a situation like that. Where another factor is also the amount of time it takes to become independent is longer with kiting. You have to have an instructor for about 12 hours before you're able to go out on the water by yourself comfortably, where you're independent in riding and feeling okay. With winging, you can pretty much start practicing on your own within like 4 hours. Once you kind of know how to get in with the gear, once you can, you have the things that you're learning how to practice, you can go out and start doing little downwinders by yourself, and it's less time with an instructor early on. Eventually, you'll get to a point where you need to maybe go back with an instructor to learn a couple different techniques. But initially, it's about a 4 to 6 hour commitment before you can start winging on your own. Whereas with kiting, it's about 12 hours.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. Cool. And then you guys actually are mobile school. So you kind of just pick the conditions based on the day and where you want to meet your students, essentially.
Yeah. The nice thing about being mobile is sometimes the wind or the waves are different depending on which beach you go to. So a lot of our beginner, like first couple lessons will start at Ventana Beach, which is a beach that's very long, sandy, and most of the time it's flatter. Whereas like if you go up to, there's another beach called Rostad, it can be a little wavier. There's rocks. So it's a good place to maybe do a downwinder, but not a good place to maybe do a beginner lesson. Another thing is that we can also go to, let's say you have a beachfront property or it's near your place and you like to launch from a certain beach. We can go there, which is nice too.
We like deliver the lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
house
awesome.
calls.
Yeah.
So that's also
Right.
the nice factor about us being able to move around and like being able to change location depending on the need of the student.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know for kiting, La Ventana is an amazing place because of its safety off the bay and you can't really get blown out to the ocean the way the wind directions are. Do
Yeah.
all the things apply to winging as well?
Yeah. Yeah, same thing. Like it's the fact that it's a closed bay is just really nice and super safe. And also the fact that there's not like big rocks just like out of the water. There's no like anything that can. It's a really safe bay, and I love that. And it's also not that wavy. There's a little chop, but it's not bad. So it's a really really nice spot to learn and also just to progress for sure.
Cool. And then what's the ideal season? And then how long do you think somebody should give themselves if they're fully dedicated to learning winging, becoming independent? What's the advice you'd give to a guest that might reach out?
I think the ideal time would be between late November or early December until mid to late March. All of those months are pretty consistent and good with the wind. And as far as the length of time, I would say 2 weeks is a good amount of time. I would not go less than that because, you might come and there might be a day or two that you won't be able to go out because of the wind. So you want to make sure you have enough time to kind of have enough time on the water for you while you're here in order to learn. So I'd say 2 weeks plus, but 2 weeks would probably be a good chunk of time that you could get in a lot of winging during that.
Cool. And I know there's a whole component of the wing and then the foil almost as a separate sport. How do you guys think about in your lessons, how you progress students through learning to wing, learning to foil, and put it all together?
So we start just thinking about the wing. So what I teach them is like any principle about the wing, how to manage it, control it, how to change direction. And when they're good at controlling the wing, so I know that they can control the direction of the board, with like shifting the wing forward and back, then they can start about flying. Because if you cannot control the wing, you can start foiling. It's like, it's impossible because when the foil goes up, there's so many things happening. So at least you need to know how to manage and control the wing.
Another tool that we use when learning the foil aspect of it is the tow foil lesson, which is during the morning, calm morning, you can get towed behind a jet ski to get up on foil and kind of learn how to operate that, as well as an eFoil or the foil drive. So it's a good tool when learning how to foil to get up on that and feel it before you're using the wing and the foil at the same
Yeah,
time.
you can focus just on the foil instead of focus on the wing and the foil at the same time. So you can, when you get the foil, then you come back on the wing and you can put them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my next question is that, I live here in Colorado, there's a reservoir, somebody's giving eFoil lessons. And I wonder if that would still be beneficial to take before getting into winging and if that would help speed up the complete learning process of the sport.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because it gives you an opportunity to figure out how to like shift your weight on the board and learn how to get up. And I don't think it really matters if you do it beforehand or
Doesn't
after,
matter.
as long as you get both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, people that know how to foil, when they come and learn wing foil, it just clips so much faster than people that don't know how to foil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I will definitely look to get some foil lessons here then.
Yes, you
Yeah,
should.
that's cool.
Before I get down to La Ventana. Awesome. And then that total time, like out of those 2 weeks, Emily, that you mentioned, how many days of lessons do you think that is on average based on what you see? And I know that varies so much person to person, but what would you say, like how many days you might get out? And what also to budget for in terms of lesson hours?
Yeah, I would say in the 2 weeks, I would plan for maybe 8 hours, even 10. But I would say anywhere from, 8 is a good number, I think. If you go out, each lesson is 2 hours or an hour and a half. So that gives you a lot of time with the instructor, but also during those other times, you can go out and practice, right? So you get gear and you just are on the way doing what you've learned. You can even get away with 6 hours, especially if you're very athletic and you pick up it really fast. Going out with the instructor for 6 hours and then just using the rest of the time here to learn how to go out by yourself and get independent. So I would say 3 to 4 days with an instructor on the water.
Cool. Awesome. I'm curious to see like what type of a workout wing foiling is versus kiteboarding.
Yeah, respect to kite. So, like I said, like you are wearing your harness, so the kite can't pulls you out of the water, right? So it's more like a legs workout kind of. You have to press on the edge of the board, so it's on your quads. A lot of legs, a lot of core too, but not that much arms, I would say. Well, when you start to do tricks, then like bigger, yes, you have to grab the board, but like usually it's just legs and core. So wing foil is more like a total body, I would say, especially when you're a beginner and you fall a lot. You have to jump on the board. There's a lot of bar piece. You push up with your arms, and then you stand up with your legs. And when you're controlling the wing, you like feel a lot of core. So it's for sure a total body exercise. When you're a beginner, when you start to like get a little better, then like you have more technique, that means that you use less strength. So it's gonna be less tiring. The more the more you do it, the less tiring it's going to be for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I do see, that it could be way more of a core standing workout and you're managing so much more
Yeah.
in terms of balance too,
Yes.
up on the board.
Absolutely. Yeah. Instead, like kiting it's you don't stand, right? You just like lean back and the kite helps you keep the position.
Cool.
Yeah.
Finally, lessons. Why do you think it's important for people to get lessons instead of starting on their own? What are some safety things that could happen, can happen that you kind of maybe walk through in terms of in your lesson progression that you're able to cover it? I'm always a huge proponent for lessons, but I'd love to hear specifically for the sport and for other users that are in the water.
Yeah, I mean, the wing part is fine. Like the sail, you can do it without an instructor. It's gonna be harder anyway. But the foil part, I would not recommend to do that without an instructor. The foils that they're making now, they're so sharp If you fall on it, it will hurt. So you need to know how to control the foil, how to not fall too quick, how to not fall on the foil. There's a lot of safety things to talk about and to know about foiling for sure. So I would always recommend, like you said, to take a lesson, not just because we have a school, but for your safety, better take a lesson.
And
Right.
also for the safety of the gear, I think a lot of the mistakes that are made when people aren't taking lessons and they're going out for the first time, their foil goes straight through their wing.
Mhm.
You know, when you're going out, you kind of need to know how to handle it. How do you flip the wing over? How do you get into the water with the foil and the wing?
Yeah, that's a simple thing. Just getting into the water. I saw people just going into the water with the board on the wrong side, and the foil just flips in on the wing, and it punctured the wing.
Yeah, so handling the gear correctly is a big thing that you learn in the first lesson.
Yeah.
That is essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, handling gear, getting in and out safely, not letting the foil cut you, all those things go into,
You
and
know,
also like reef safety too, especially
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
The gear is also not cheap, so you don't want to puncture your wing. You want to know how to save the gear.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know. Good life advice.
Yes.
I would love to know, kind of spread the stoke on La Ventana. Why do you guys love La Ventana? I know I have my reasons. And what keeps you coming back there or living there now? And then two, how could we work to preserve and protect the awesomeness of what makes it great?
Why we don't have time for everything? I know.
There's a lot of things to love about Ventana. Definitely the community. The community is amazing here. I've met incredible people that are coming from all different parts of the world. The community is huge. There's a lot of like cool events that happen here. It's a lot of the vibe is just really nice. And that happens a lot with kiting and winging communities. But I feel like, especially here, there's something different that is really great. The food is good. The wind is good.
The wind is good. I mean, we're talking about side wind. Like you have like wind like 6 and 7, sometimes 7 and 7. Last year, like the past season was amazing. It was windy almost all the time.
Mhm.
You have like flat days, and then you have like wavy days. It's just really nice. You go up north, it's like a little flatter. You go down south, it's a little wavier. There's like everything, and it's really nice for beginner and not beginners for sure.
And another thing too is I think that makes La Ventana special as well is it's not a resort town, which we really enjoy. I think that that's something that we want to preserve as a community is that we don't want huge resorts on the beach.
No.
The beach is open to everyone. You don't have to pay to go on the beach. You can go to any beach that we offer. Like nobody lives on the beach. It's not owned by anyone. And that's something that we want to preserve here as a community because such a nice factor about us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that perspective. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, the difference is so stark between Cabo and La Ventana. You don't have to go far to figure out, what that looks like and why we fight to keep it open.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm super stoked to get into winging, and hopefully as soon as we get down to La Ventana, I'll reach out to you guys, get some lessons, and start getting out there. I took a couple of lessons, absolutely loved it, but then the wind died down and I had to leave, which I'm sure you come across all the time, but I want to really commit to it for a couple months. I snowboard, so I'm excited to, I've even heard that it feels like you're riding endless powder. And what better experience than that? So I'm super excited to come down and take lessons with you guys and spread the stoke on wing foiling. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find you on socials or different places?
Yeah.
If you want to drop your links.
Yeah. We have Instagram. It's Baja Wing. And our website is bajawing.com. Pretty easy. But that's the way to
We're also like, we organize camps for this season. We have camps going on. We have fully inclusive camps, also camps like they're just 3-day camp for like Baja regulars. So if anybody's interested in, they can just contact us, and it's really exciting and we want to see how it goes. So we can't wait for the next season for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Camp sounds like a great idea. So you include everything. Is that lodging, stay, and wing lessons essentially?
Yes.
So we have a 7-day camp that we're doing, and it's everything included except for like airfare and airport transportation and stuff like that. But yeah, accommodation, food mostly, and yeah, all of it. Lessons, equipment during the whole time.
We
And
also do extra activities like yoga, ice baths. It's really, really interesting. And it's like you like do a full immersion in it. We're going to do video in the morning, just talking about it. We're going to talk a lot about wind fighting and it's going to be really nice.
and
Oh, cool. I like that.
yeah. We're also doing a 3-day camp for people that don't need the accommodation or don't need the extra amenities, where it's people that maybe are here for longer stays.
Yeah.
Where it's like 3-day, you get to go out in the water every day, you get a toe coil session with that. And yeah, just personalized coaching throughout that whole time.
Cool. Awesome. Well, we'll include all the links. We're excited to get you guys on TripOutside and have you as a partner. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.